What is going on, Rippa fans and Rippa fam? Andy Andrew here, and I am back with the illustrious artists of the Rippaverse and a phenomenal guest artist from the stars. And I say the stars because of him being the co-creator of none other than Dirthy Deeds, which is live for pre-order right now and ends this Friday. So you guys should be pre-ordering that. But more on that later. Also, because I forgot where he's actually from, and I did admit that live on air. I have no shame. So we have a great show planned for you guys because there's so many fantastic art pieces this month. Like, not just the guys, but Evan's piece is out of control.
Yeah.
I might be slightly biased. You'll see why. Our fan piece is also nuts. Like, you guys, you fans of the Rippaverse out there who are aspiring artists or just actual working artists are so freaking talented. And every single month, I'm more and more blown away by the quality of the work that you guys post and the stuff that you share and tag me in our Discord. Make sure you guys join that if you are not doing so already. That link will be in the description down below, and I'll probably be posting it live in the chat as well. But you guys are so talented, and it's incredible to watch, incredible to witness, and it's so cool to see all y'all's different takes on our characters. And just keep doing it. More of you, please submit to this. Get it to a point where we have to extend the length of the show because there are just too many good pieces to justify only pulling one to go over. Right? I'd like to go over like 2 or 3 fan pieces every month if we could, and if we can make that happen, I will absolutely do so. So, guys, pencils up. But without further ado, I am Andy Andrew. I'm the creative director here and one of our lead editors at the Rippaverse. I am also the writer and creator of Blue Shift, our super speedy, super sassy, super snappy whippersnapper character that I hope you guys will all enjoy when you get this zine in your paws very, very soon. We're just waiting on the CGC copies to get back because some of you paid extra money for my scribble on it because you're kind of crazy like that. But I'm also joined by Marcos Rios, our concept artist here at the Rippaverse, who designed many of your favorite characters. In fact, probably most of your favorite characters, considering he has done several hundred designs at this point, which is pretty wild. It's crazy the amount of designs this man has done. On top of that, he's been doing like T-pose designs to add on top of all the concept sheets so that like when other artists come in and they're drawing characters, we have a really good breakdown of accuracy for the characters' designs from different angles and all that. So this is a talented young man. And I say young man because he is the youngest here among us. But we also are joined by Igor Teixeira, who is one of our lead artists and editors here as well at the Rippaverse. He also did the cover for Dirthy Deeds #1. He did cover D. That was colored by Marcos Martins. That's a crazy good cover. Yeah. If you guys can't choose which cover for Dirthy Deeds #1 to get, the easy answer is yes. Just get the book pack, save money, and get all of them. That is the correct answer because you don't want to miss out on Igor's, and you definitely don't want to miss out on Evan's either because he did cover A, and cover A is just a ton of fun. And whatever they're running from, it's Felsiar's fault. So it's always Felsiar's fault, guys. Like that is the running gag, but it's only so much of a gag because once you guys actually read the thing, you'll understand, oh, that's kind of actually historically accurate. And last but not least of our internal team, we have none other than the great Kanan White, who is one of our illustrators and art editors here at the Rippaverse, and he is our art director and just an overall incredible visual storyteller. And I appreciate this man for not only his artistic ability, but also his attitude, his approach towards teaching, towards mentorship, and towards wanting to elevate everyone around him. Not just him being like, I'm a superstar, I'm the best artist there is. He wants everybody around him to take that same mentality and to work for it as well. And he wants to help them do so. So I am constantly surrounded by incredible. He's all right. I'm constantly surrounded by incredible artists here at the Rippaverse. But the main attraction here is actually our guest artist for this month. And that is none other than Evan Scale. He is the co-creator and he's the interior artist. And I say artist, not penciler, not inker, not colors, because he's, yes, all three for Dirthy Deeds. Guys, that's a triple threat. We don't get many of those these days.
Yes.
Penciler and inker, you're getting a lot more of those where guys will ink their own work. They'll do their own finishes, but also colors, man,
And
that is
good
a
colors.
rare breed, and good
Yeah,
colors
and good
Yeah.
too.
colors. Yeah.
That was a surprise to me as well.
What was that?
That was a surprise for me as well. Doing the
Yeah.
colors for the book, yeah.
Well,
It looks great.
I was gonna
Looks
Yeah.
say,
great.
like,
Yeah.
now that I've seen your colors on them, it's hard to imagine. Maybe that's because you are the co-creator and you're the artist. It's hard to imagine like anybody else's colors on the interiors now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had the great editors
Yeah.
and the part
Well,
of the artists.
you have a great writer, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
In Caro. And guys, thank you so much. Please send your love and your prayers and best wishes to Caro. She's still recovering from her surgery. I'm sure she's in the chat. She
Kick
was
butt.
a big old crying baby when we had our last episode and all the Dirty Deeds
Yeah,
love
man.
that was happening there for all the pieces. So that was fun to be a part of. And now we have one of the creators of Dirty Deeds with us here. And I'm really excited for you guys to see more of his work, not
Absolutely.
just the piece that he's going to show off today, but when you guys get Dirty Deeds #1 in your hands, that book rocks. That book absolutely rocks. So, Evan, how about you take a minute or two, nothing crazy, tell these wonderful people in the chat who you are, when you got started drawing, what inspired you to get started drawing, and why you chose comic books to be an outlet for that.
Okay, my name is Evan. I'm actually from Greece, and I have been into comics and manga since I was a lot younger. I can't remember exactly when, but always wanted to do something. I like the stories behind it, and that's what drew me into comics and manga. It was the story, the storytelling, because you don't just draw a beautiful piece. You can say something with it.
Yeah.
And even in an illustrator, you can say a story, but in a comic, it's far more than that. It's a lot more challenging for me as well because you need to adapt and learn a lot of things at the same time. And both the story and the challenge in drawing comics actually got me into it. About I think it was 13 years ago when I first tried to do a comic page of my brain, and I didn't stand a chance. I couldn't even draw the lines where I imagined them, and I quit for a while because I thought, yeah, that's impossible. I'm not doing that. But after a while, I got back into it. I started watching tutorials, I reading books, etc. And somehow, I still can't understand how I managed it, but I managed to draw something decent for them, something that was
Oh, we lost him there.
actually skyrocketed. Not in a great way. I mean, I'm not a great artist. Far more than that, far less than that, and there's always room for improvement. I think. Uh, Anytime an artist, I think, believes he reached the limit of high, good art, let's say, if he thinks he's a great artist, there's no way you can improve after that. I
Well,
think you
yeah.
always need to improve and study and learn more and more, and that's also what's keeping me drawing comics to this day.
Yeah, remaining humble and
Yeah.
never thinking yourself above improvement
Yeah.
is, I think, the best attitude to have as a creator in any field. Really, that could be
Yeah.
drawing, that could be writing, that could be painting,
Yeah.
that could be, I don't know, modeling, as in like actually creating models and things like that. Any creative thing, and honestly anything in general.
Yeah.
It's incredibly important to remain humble and teachable.
And it shows in Evan's work. Like if you, for the guys that read like the first Rippaverse story and then
Yeah.
the contrast with this one, like
Mhm.
that was great. But this is like he really took like the universe that Carol built around, and yeah, he built on top of it. So like
Exactly.
yeah, the my favorite thing in every panel was like the backgrounds and everything, like the stories that were happening in the background, different races of aliens and stuff like that. It's all very creative, and he really like ran with it, and it shows like that he's improving even though like the time between one and the other wasn't so long, but there was improvement there for sure.
Yeah.
No,
And
absolutely.
it was a great opportunity for me as well to have a lot of editors. You guys heard it was like super exciting to get corrections and stuff because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Every time you asked for something, it made sense, and it was very, you know, it opened my eyes to something different, something better.
And I
Yeah,
think that's
well,
the difference between having editors that just want to make the piece the best it can be rather than editors who just they're on a power trip and want to change
Yeah.
things arbitrarily,
Right.
Just because they're the editor. I'm the editor, so I want this to be different. No, like your job as editors to make sure that the artist and the writer's vision is fulfilled in the best possible way. And
Yeah.
sometimes that means little minor, you know, dialogue tweaks. Sometimes it
Yep.
means minor artistic tweaks. Sometimes it means more significant ones, but it should always be a case by case basis and all in servitude of making the story the best version of the creative team's vision that it
Exactly.
can possibly be. Not the editor's vision,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
creative team's
Yep.
vision, right?
Yep. That is I always say that, man. Like that's the number one thing. You know, when you're looking over and critiquing artwork, man, you have to kind of take yourself out of it, and rather than tweaking it how you would, especially being a creative, but you tweak it according to that individual's strengths,
hmm
and that's where the correction and the critiques come from. Come from a place to, like you said, to make them better, and
Yeah.
to not that you can't do it, but the fact that I know you can is I'm gonna push you. You know, that's good, but it can be better. And all you gotta do is a little tweak here, a little adjustment here, a little adjustment there, and like you said, it's all about telling the most comprehensive story possible. And yeah, Evan, man, like your work, seeing it from the beginning, the first Ripazine to now was like a super level up. And I noticed, I was just like, this dude, like, as soon as he had a book, he was like, okay, let me
I'll crank it up to
let me
11
show
now.
you. Right? Let me draw it for real. Let me show you what I really could do. And
Yeah,
it's spectacular, man.
thank you. I think if you like what you do, you can strive for getting better every time.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yep.
100%. All right. Well, in the vein of fantastic art, how about we get into these time lapses? Thank you, Evan, for the brief introduction. I know that people are going to be super excited
Yeah.
to get their hands on Dirthy Deeds #1. Dirthy Deeds, the short story in Ripazine 3, is to date the like most overwhelmingly positive response from our fans that we have had for a Ripazine short story.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else comes close. Like all of the other ones had positive responses on the whole, but Dirthy Deeds was just kind of like this landfall of like, give us more now.
Yep.
Right. Which is that's huge. Right. Our fans are not shy about letting us know what they want more.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving them something that they want a lot more of. All right, we are going to kick off these with Marcos's. Alrighty, let me do this. How
I
many?
was gonna say, what is that?
I was like, is that a
I
forgot
pod?
that's how I
Holy, this thing's also done near 12 and a half minutes long. All right, so I get
Yep.
to bump this up to 2 times speed. Let's do it. Actually, no.
And it's still 6 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's actually do this. Otherwise, it's just going to fly. All right. So, amigo, walk us through what you got going on
I
here.
looked like an alien egg for a second.
That's what
You went through a couple of different iterations here, right?
Mhm. I actually
Yep.
like this one too.
I started.
Yeah.
Yep, it was supposed to be just Spingy versus Newmite, Magus Newmite. But you saw I switched up. It was supposed to be a little bit closer, but I thought maybe the angle would have made it a little bit difficult to showcase the background for the spaceport stuff and whatnot. So I decided to like zoom out, different angle. Ended up with this, which is basically like, listen, the sci-fi element is supposed to be the characters involved and the
Mhm.
spaceport. What's
Yeah.
actually being taking place has nothing to do with that, because as you can see, Spingy's just puppeting. It's like handling on New Mind like a puppet with the
Mhm.
strings, which I thought would be fun because they're both known to have many limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Spingy has, I think he has 6 arms, right? The
Yeah.
main one, the two ones down here, and then the super smaller ones.
Yep.
And then New Might has the 4, which is like the claw things, and then the actual human hands, arms. And I thought, you know what, makes sense to have him be like the good guys kind of puppeteering the the bad guy, and he's not even he kind of like realizing, looking up, complaining about it, while Spingy's just. It's a funny joke because I think it was Kanan, the one who gave me the idea to make it like an opera scene, where
Yeah.
because I showed it to him and he was like, you know what, make it a little bit funnier if you make Spingy singing on behalf of New Might. Because in the piece here, you could tell it's a little bit hard to tell, but New Might is supposed to have webbing on his face, like on the mouth, like Spingy shut him up, so he can't say nothing while he's like managing
Making
him.
them dance.
So he's supposed to be, yeah, he's like, so it's like Spingy's doing the singing while New Might is doing the movement. And I had to give him a hat just because I felt like that was like the cherry on top.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
If he's in an opera, I should have added it at the end, but I actually thought about it too late to add like in the foreground, like hands of people like applauding or something. That would have made it even funnier in my opinion. But yeah, it's just a funny take on Spingy using all his limbs to just make fun of another multi-limbed creature, I guess, in the universe. Although technically he's dead, New Might, he rests in peace. But yeah, for these it doesn't matter. They're always living,
pretty cool.
these characters, for the prompt. So this could have taken place in the past or something, right?
Yeah.
We're not worried about the canonicity that much when it comes to these fan pieces. These are just meant to be fun, right? Otherwise, like Brian, Avery, and Yaira would have been in a snowball fight inside a snow globe held by Dokimon from not last year, the year before last year, actually. So we're not too tripped about that.
Yep.
That was
Or
decent.
Horseman. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, not just like the Horseman in the alternate Halloween universe. That stuff is not really always canon for these.
Yeah.
But
I like the detail there.
Oh yeah. I would not want to draw those. I just wouldn't want to draw him in general.
Dude, you have no idea. Magus New Might is probably one of the most detailed designs so far for like any book that I've done. And even when I did the T-pose for him, it took me like a whole day just to do his T-pose because it was like front shot and
which
side
arm
shot.
did you put up? Like, did you put all of them?
This heart, yep. And then I had to do multiple shots of the T-pose like angles, but like one without the wing, another with the wings, another without the arms, the claw ones, and then focus on the other ones. It's a little, and he has the humanoid form, which is like he covers himself with a cape and he has a human face. That was easier because it's just it's not a cape, it's the wings. Literally, the only detailed thing is the face. But
He always remind me of the Mimic.
It took me a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
Inspired. Yeah.
Which one?
Mimic.
Guillermo del
Oh,
Toro.
I know
yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah, the
something that
Sasuke's-
inspired. Yeah.
Yep, Sasuke's. I remember Mimic. There was another monster very specific that they took inspiration from for this. I keep thinking of the Fly, but I don't.
It
I'm
could
not
be.
sure of that one.
I can see that.
I could see it.
One of the forms that he has.
Yeah, like his
Mhm.
almost final stage, which
But
was
the remake, not the original.
Yeah.
The remake with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
the one.
Because the other one just has a head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The older one.
I always marvel like the detail that New Might has, man. Like once he opens his wings, like you see all the. And you did a good job capturing that, Marcos. All the tendons and nerves, and it's like, ooh, he's definitely she's definitely not human.
Yeah.
It's
Insectoid.
hard to pass as a human, even on his humanoid form.
Yeah.
It's like he only covers his face. He covers the body with the wings, but it's like you can tell from the neck down that
Mhm.
it's not human. Like, come on, even the top of the head is a little bit, and the scar,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the division of the faces, and yeah, oh yeah, I like this part. Usually, I don't like
Actually, I
doing
like that
backgrounds,
backfill.
but
Yeah, I was like, the building.
yeah,
dude.
I hate drawing backgrounds. I learned that today, man.
I used to, but not anymore.
They're the
Dude,
most fun
but I
part,
liked
man.
it. Yeah, sure, not for me, but I liked it this time because of the
He's a-
buildings. Like I had, because these buildings are not, they could be from any planet,
Yep.
anywhere else. So I
Mhm.
had some creative liberty to like design them in a way. So I was like, all right, let me make something cool, and then ended up making them look very, very specifically like alien buildings, and it was fun to add them in, and then had to adjust them a little bit so that they fit the composition. Because at first, yeah, you see, I moved the building because it was a little bit too far into the piece.
Mm,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was fast, huh? The only thing I had, I think, well, not really the only thing, but like the main thing I was thinking about what I could do to make sense was where Spingy was hanging from.
Mm,
Because in a spaceport is usually very, open space, not a lot of stuff you can hang from. So I
Mhm.
was thinking, you know what? There has to be something probably off panel, but you hint at it a little bit that he could like hang from, because otherwise he wouldn't be using his webs either, because it's not like Spider-Man. He could like swing from the clouds or something, So I had to like
all
add.
right, good test.
Technically, he's not supposed to be able to do that either.
All right.
I think what I did just add maybe like the ship, and he's hanging from some wires, like he was
Mm,
working on them, and then just happened to be Newmite below. Started puppetering, and yeah,
Nice.
There's some real detail in the coloring on this piece.
Yeah, the
Actually,
texture's
like
great.
now that I'm seeing it close up, because when you initially sent it to me, like I was looking at it on my phone, I was like, "Oh, that's fun." And then now that I'm seeing it up close, I'm like seeing all the different shades and everything, like on
Mhm.
his legs, on his thorax, and everything. Like, there's some really good coloring work going on here.
I like the noise, the
thanks.
texture noise you added for the background
Mhm.
over the gradient,
Hmm.
the Gaussian blur, and then you added that kind of like classic noise over the top, which added another, like that classic anime vibe to me. Growing up in the
Hmm.
'90s, man, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was some of the best animation, man, especially when it came to technology and mechs, and think about movies like Akira. They
Yeah.
were really good about having that.
Escaflowne.
Escaflowne, Code Geass, like
Yep.
all of them. So good job, man, adding that texture and um, really blurring the background enough to make the Spingy and Newmite stand out really good.
Mhm. The quality that Andrew mentioned for the coloring is actually due to Marcus being really thorough with the grayscale.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, yep.
super detailed. Like when he was like adding the grayscale, it's like something clicks in the piece, like
Yeah,
makes it pop so much, like the legs and limbs that when he was like rendering that.
It adds so much
exactly.
Credit
dimension to him.
so much. It's really good to see, like especially in the legs. I like that part a lot, like the
Yeah.
feet and everything. Really good.
I think we said it before, man, but
Fun
doing
to
coloring grayscale first is not just simply using the color gray, because when
Mhm.
you color in grayscale, you have to take into account the different hues and temperatures of the grays, because when you do add the color, if it's not grayscale correctly, it looks weird.
Yeah.
The hues are off and the lighting, and so excellent job on that, Marcos. Like you really, whether not fully knowing or just out of sheer gut instinct, like you always do a good job, man, like adding the colors over the top, man, and it blends very well.
Yeah, the details in the mic makes it very clear, because despite all of the details in there, you can see exactly what the limbs are, how they are straight
Yep.
from the waist at the back.
Mm.
And awesome.
Yeah, the colors are like an extra thing on top, but even like black and
Yeah.
white, you can see it working. Like
Yep.
in value is
wasn't going
the
to color
hardest
it.
thing.
Yeah, that's the funny part. I wasn't gonna color it, but then I was like, you know what? I thought maybe it would be hard to see the webbing on the face if I didn't color it.
Mm,
Even though it's a little bit hard because the skull is already like pale, but
yeah.
on top
You
of
did
the
good though.
webbing because it was white. Yeah, on
Yeah.
top of all that, I was like, you know what? I need more contrast with colors or something with the background because there was going to be a lot of white, and then ended up. It's funny you say the grayscale because what I usually do is just add another layer of just pure black ink
Mm,
and then lower the opacity.
definitely.
I don't
Mhm.
actually use gray. I just black and then lower the opacity until I have the perfect, like, I guess,
Like cat
scale.
shadow kind of vibe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
Makes
see
it
how
easier
that
to.
approach works.
Yeah.
So you
Just-
set the middle tone, and then you just add shadows
Mhm.
and
Yep.
highlights. Like that's how most people should think about coloring. Like
Yeah.
not in terms of the actual colors, but in terms of like I'm gonna have a darker part and then a lighter
Mhm.
part. But to find that, I have to have the middle tone,
Yep.
which is basically like the ambient light. And then you have your darkest shadows like occlusions and stuff like that, and cast shadows, and then you're gonna have like the highlights and where the light hits directly, and then the ambient light that's bouncing on the shadows. But all of that comes from like finding a middle tone,
Yep.
which is basically what Marcus is talking about, like adding black and then trying to find the level where like it hits perfectly, and then you can add like on top of that.
Mhm.
It's a nice way to minimize the steps that you have to take, because when you look at something colored, it's gonna be like baffling the first time around. Like how I'm gonna color this? Like this is a Herculean like task. No, it's just break it down in simple steps,
Mhm.
and then you can do like obviously to get to this level, like you're gonna have to learn about rendering and materials and everything. Like the
Mhm.
skin is bouncing like that, but you can do something with color. Like if you think about like in 3 simple steps.
It's good.
Yeah.
Super good.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts on Marcos's piece?
I wasn't the one that drew Magus this time around. Like I just want to point that out. I wasn't the
No,
one.
but you drew your own creepy crap.
Well, but it wasn't Magus.
But it wasn't.
wanted-
Yeah, okay. That's
I
a low
wanted
bar.
it to be Magus, but I refrained. Like I controlled myself.
Oh my word.
He
The,
says
the
I
running
was gonna
gag
say
here,
something-
Evan,
something
is
about
that
that.
the guys always love drawing creepy
Yeah.
crap, especially Igor and Kane and Marcos. Like
Well,
they're
I can't blame them. I can blame
Yeah,
them.
so you see, everyone.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
are fun.
I like dark stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
goodness.
You see?
My goodness.
And I especially like here on Marcus' piece the limbs and the lower abdomen and
Mm-hmm.
the legs. I mean, the rendering there is just. I love my words. It's amazing. It's really shows the
Thanks.
anatomy of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
The rendering on the legs and the thorax are particularly impressive to me.
Yeah.
Like there's fine detail when you see it close up that was done there. That's really, really good. Great work,
Wow.
amigo. Great work.
Thanks.
All right.
Those went through a couple of changes because initially his legs were like
Oh, straight out.
the
Yeah.
same angle. Yeah, but I was like, you know what? He's got
More
like
dynamic this way.
double knee joints, but
Mhm.
because pug legs are more jointed, so I had to like work it around and add the little the metal box at the bottom for him to, put the
Stay
leg
with-
up on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
like it.
yeah, it'll be kind of weird.
I like it. But I also like
Thanks.
anything that Spengy's in. So it automatically gets
Carol, I
points
hope
for
she likes
having
it.
Spengy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol, I know. I should like just having Spingy there.
Definitely will. Yeah, I'm sure she will.
All right. Moving on to our next piece. This one.
Square.
The box.
Or
Oh, look at
rectangle.
See, this is my masterpiece.
That's it, guys.
I
The square.
All right. I will take the belt happily and walk now. This will be my last time drawing and hosting. I'll go out on a W.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
Arrive, raise hell, leave. All right. Igor, my brother, walk us through your piece. Actually, hold on. Yours is also almost 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's long.
So let's,
yeah,
let's,
it's Flip
uh,
Studios.
let's bump
kind
that
of
up a little
studio.
bit here. All right.
Do 11 minutes. Also, I was drawing like that. At the beginning, it's very quick, but we can go back to, afterwards. But I was drawing like the thumbnail for the polls and everything, and trying to figure out this character because this is supposed to be Chadron as like an alien
wow.
monster of
Yeah.
some sort. And I was trying to figure out like how to make his head kind of sci-fi with it, and he's gonna be fighting Bloodroof. So for
Okay.
this part, this was interesting to me because I'm not usually drawing a full mannequin like that, but I was trying to take advantage of like the process to kind of practice the mannequin a little bit again, because I feel like there are some, we all have that, but proportions are off. Like I draw like big hands or big heads or something like that, and I was trying to like go back and like practice a little bit more, take the opportunity of practicing like proportions. That's the fun in monsters. Like you can miss the proportions; they're always right. Doesn't matter. Yeah, people are different sort of thing. So I was using a brush that I hadn't used in a long time. That's kind of square. At the edge is like when it ends, it leaves like kind of a blob of ink.
Okay.
It's digital, obviously, but I was trying to kind of have fun with it, be more dynamic, and not take as much time with these because we had a lot of other things going on.
Gotcha.
But then I ended up taking a long time in this piece anyway.
That's how
because I wanted to add more to it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I could have fun with this a little bit. Yeah, so
I
I'm
love the
basically
detail
made-
in Sydney here.
Thanks.
Mhm.
He literally said that as he's like rendering out Bloodroof with like the highest amount of detail.
Right?
Oh, I really did take no time in this.
Give him
And
that,
then you waste all the
that
time.
was that Dragon Ball Z eye power meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to. Yeah. It's gonna come
The
back.
scouter.
I
Right.
erased it because I wanted to fix the
9,000.
face, but it's gonna come back. And then I had to like redo the head 1,000 times because I felt like it was too big and then too small and then too big again. It was a whole thing. Like,
In there.
if you go slow, like you can see like the minor tweaks, right? Like here and there. Like we start to notice that in other pieces, and it's like all over the place. Like it's Control T everywhere. So
Hey,
this is
man.
Chadron. This part was much more fun.
He reminds me of Warframe.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
Could be like Warframe. Could be like one of the. Is it the Hive in Destiny? It's been a minute since I last played Destiny.
I don't
Yeah,
play
it's been a
those
while.
games, but I know where they took those from, probably. Like just based on what you described with his head, because a lot of that come from Guillermo del Toro, for me at least. Like the monsters that he has, like have
Yeah.
these
like,
weird shapes
Pan's
for the
Labyrinth.
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
that type of stuff. Hellboy as well, like
Yep.
Mignola used to draw a lot of that type of thing where like the monsters have different heads. But yeah, I wanted something that was kind of creepy. Me and Marcus were talking about the Event Horizon
Oh yeah.
back
Okay.
like a couple of weeks,
Jeez.
and I had that in mind. I
Yeah.
wanted to see if I could incorporate some of that feeling, like of like being attacked by something much larger than you. That movie is all about vibes. So this is the background where I have to add a spaceport and a bunch of ships. This is the least interesting part of the drawing for sure. It's just like
I love seeing the backgrounds and like hashed
I
out
do
all
too,
that.
man.
Like,
But I like
I'm not gonna
more
say
the
that
way
when
you
you see
guys.
my piece.
Yeah, the way you guys do, you just like turn off the foreground layer and then draw like the proper background so you can see everything. But I wanted to save time for this, and I ended up like making a mess of it. Like,
no, I mean
No,
it
just-
is what it is.
sometimes I think when you do kind of turn off, it's kind of I try to make it work as much as I can, but sometimes it can actually sort of work against you because you can lose focus on the whole composition as a whole.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, it's not always the best.
yeah, like you're rendering the background, but then if you don't keep at least one of those layers visible, you
Mm.
can kind of forget kind of what the overall feel, and then all of a sudden you can have one part that's like really overloaded and super detailed, and then one part that's not, and then all of a sudden when you get to the characters and you realize like, man, they don't fit anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's kind of cool the way you did, Igor, just rendering it all kind of together. And that's what I try to do that too, man. Like, unless it's something that's like super specific, like a
Yeah.
background that has to be like really, really prominent. But I mean, I think you did a good job, man. I think it was
Thanks.
just the right amount of detail.
Yeah, it was like two large figures that they would cover
Yeah.
most of the stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna save some time. But if you do turn it off and do the way that you guys make it, you can add more detail and make it more vibrant.
Mhm.
Like that's
Right.
usually how it goes because you're seeing the entire thing. You're not just like throwing pieces around. Like, yeah,
There's the scouter.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
it comes back.
I love how you
I like
technical.
the I like this. Oh, sorry, continue.
She's totally giving me Vic, like
Yeah, very,
cyborg
Mm.
vibes
Cyborg.
right now. And I'm a
Who's
big
that?
Teen Titans guy, so like
Oh
I see
yeah,
that and I'm like,
okay,
yeah.
also the sidebar from okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the color scheme you gave her, giving her that at least at that point it looked kind of cool with the silver like
Mm.
robotic
Mm.
armor, and then on top the cloak. It was pretty cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it's kind of like Firefly or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're adding the shiny. I'm always here for
Oh
shiny.
yes.
Yeah, I
It
think
took
I
me
overdid on the
this
shine.
long. I'm sorry. I was just gonna
No,
say
go
it took me
ahead.
this long to realize that she cut his forearm off
Yeah.
Yeah,
until you
yeah,
Oh,
did
she
the
did,
arm
didn't she?
separately.
Yeah. Eat
yeah.
that.
Because that wasn't the initial plan, right? Like, so for the drawing,
Mm.
I just had him and her cutting like his arm as it moved. But then I was like, yeah,
Let's make
I
it more
should
violent.
have I should have the
Let's make it more evil.
Let's
severed
make it more
arm
violent. Igor,
This-
flying
probably.
towards the camera.
Must-
But then it doesn't read well because I didn't plan for it. So guys, always plan your drawings better because yeah, I'm gonna have to add a lot of detail. All of the coloring was only added because I felt like I couldn't read it. So I couldn't
Mm.
read everything. So I was adding color and trying different things. I even painted like the background again.
I love
as you
the
can see here.
backlight that you've
I
got
know,
going on here
man.
from the stars. Now, hold on, I'm pausing this. I like the backlight and how you can see it like on their outline, especially behind
Mhm.
Sydney here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That looks really great.
Yeah, I was trying to because then at this point it's all about making it readable, right? Because
Mhm.
there's a lot
Mhm.
going on. There's a lot of different colors and everything. And didn't set up a mood because I wasn't going to paint this. Again, plan your stuff ahead of time.
And the detail
And,
on that blood is crazy.
Thank you.
What the hell?
That's fun to draw. That's always fun to draw.
Blood is fun to draw.
Well, I hate
Igor,
it.
probably.
No,
The blur.
the misty effect, man, and it
Yes.
just feels like if you were actually in space and the light casts on like a lens and kind of how it washes out the visual a little bit.
Yeah,
Really
but
good.
this
Blur.
is just a trick,
Mhm.
man. Just because they have the same tone, like as the quotes, and I needed to create like plane separation, which is something that even though you don't realize, you always want in an illustration, right? You want the planes to be separate enough. But yeah, and it ended up being a fun piece to make, I guess.
Yeah, and the noise behind blood just really helps read it, as you said. I mean, it still shows the situation, but separates blood just very clearly,
Yeah.
along with the rim light. Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that I would change for sure, I did change for the final images. The tip of the hat is kind of in a tangent with the blood, so I did like repaint that to create some space.
Oh, right
Oh
here.
yeah.
Yeah, and the for the arm in the foreground. Like I should definitely
Mixing with her fingers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a position for it. Like if you go back, you can see me like turning it around, like trying different things, and I couldn't
Mhm.
What do
find a
I want to do
position
with
for that.
this?
Yeah, because it wasn't supposed to be there. That's the truth behind that. I think it's
You
forward.
literally had
Yeah.
the cut off arm, so you could move it around. So
Yeah, I had it in a separate layer, and I was like, it's really funny. I guess we were talking over it at some point. Yeah, this.
Well, there it is.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ink this and
Initially,
then
right.
move it around like that. We don't have to, but it's silly. Like
Yeah, it was initially there, and then you shifted it over. Yep, there it goes. That's funny. Didn't know quite where you wanted
needed
it.
a
And the
hand.
thing is,
Yeah.
it's like it's in lower gravity too, right? So it could be
yeah,
be
it could
floating,
be
like, yep,
floating,
floating
Yeah,
around
yeah,
in
yeah,
different.
yeah.
You can imagine it being at different angles and
That's what I was thinking. Like that's all I have. And then I tried some different coloring modes for the whole thing and made it kind of like
Yeah,
a
there
little
was
bit green.
like this one
It was
is
blue.
yeah, this one's got a little more blue tones to it, right? It's a
Yeah.
little cooler.
Yeah.
And then you added the final one that you went with was a little more warmer tones, a little more
Yeah,
earthy
but
tones.
I was trying to separate like Chadron a little bit more because he's like mostly white and blue and
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, like basically any will work and you can spend your whole day like going over sliders as long as the values are kind of like laid down.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
be fine mostly.
Yeah.
This was fun. Yeah. Ended
Yeah,
up being fun.
great horror vibe. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a really cool piece. I honestly like hang on to that monster design.
I was like,
like hang on to that for something.
I got monster designs for days, man. This is like...
I believe it. Hang on to this one too. Put it in the pile.
I was like, man, what if
But-
that was like a next evolution for the character if he just
Which
morphed?
Chadron.
Yeah, man.
right?
Like,
It's like
His
Frieza's different
true form.
forms.
yeah. I mean, we don't
My
know.
final form.
Exactly.
Well, now I spoiled everything. If that's the case.
We're gonna have gold
Now we
Shadron,
won't have
NDA,
it.
NDA,
black Shadron.
And
NDA.
That's really cool. Any more thoughts on Igor's piece?
Just love it. It's good stuff.
I'm
Dude, that
loving, and I'm
blur?
sure the fans are as well, seeing all the color come
Yeah.
back from
Yeah.
in these pieces.
You
don't
mentioned
get
the
used to
mist
it.
cannon. I really like that the tentacle at the back, like right under her arm. It's
Yes.
like blurry. I really
Yeah.
like that effect. It gives it so much distance. Like
Mhm.
the
Yes.
on the tentacles, it's crazy. No, the other
Both
that
sides,
one
really.
is really-
Yeah.
yeah. It's that effect alone just looks crazy, man. But you
Not,
can
not
tell
only
this
that,
is
it feels
coming
like
through the mist.
it feels like it's massive too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yes,
If
Yeah, that's
these,
the idea. Yeah, I
It
like
feels like it's trailing pretty far behind him.
terrifying. Terrifying.
got some Cthulhu vibes going on.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got
Igor,
some-
I was just
some-
about to say,
Space eldritch horror
Yeah.
going on up in here. Man,
and he, from the looks of it, he could use a hand.
Okay.
get out.
There
I'm
you
my
Sorry.
mouse is hovering over the remove Marcos button.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Great piece,
Thank you.
brother. Great piece. That is really freaking wicked. I love it. All right, I'll swap over to this one and close that one. All right, next is going to be Canaan's.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, Canaan's is a human length. Here we go.
You
I don't have to mess around with freaking playback speed and all that noise. Canaan's just a nice, cool 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Awesome. I could even slow it down if I wanted.
Well, I aim to please. I try.
I appreciate you. All right. Let's Igor, you still with us? Might have stepped away. briefly.
Avatar is.
All right. There he is. All right. Here we go. Walk us through, brother.
Well, initially it was gonna be Gooding, as you can kind of see.
Oh yeah.
So he was
Oh,
gonna be
I
the
hope
face
you saved that because
with
like I would love to see that Gooding piece finished.
him and I.
Actually,
It was gonna be him and Isom, and Isom was like, "Bro, why am I in outer space?" kind of thing, and they're gonna be like connected to like some type of ship he had. I was like, eh. So then I changed it, and so this is my daughter. I'm sorry, she was asking me something.
all good.
But yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try something a little different, and so Zaylen, and basically the story, the guy's re-entering the atmosphere, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, he sees Zaylen, and if you've read the book, he hasn't really interacted with humans at all. So this is like a first contact kind of thing, which is why the guy looks so shocked. And he's just like, first of all, he was barely gonna make it because as you see when like as it like develops the image at the top, it shows like the hull integrity is like 30%. And so
Oof.
the good things like eject, and then all of a sudden Zaylen shows up and he's like, what? And so yeah, basically he's in a lunar pod, or basically he's trying to re-enter the atmosphere and it's not going so well. And Zaylen comes in and it's like, I got you, Doc. So he just kind of like carries him and all that good stuff. So but yeah, that's pretty much the story, man. Like I just wanted to really always try to approach it a little different, man. Come from a different angle than just kind of like your standard. You do a lot of covers and you've done so many pinups and stuff like that. It's like, okay, let me try this angle, or a little something different. I remember there was a drawing I did. It was Spider-Man, and it was like him fighting Green Goblin, but you saw Green Goblin in the reflection of his eye, stuff like that. Like, so, little things like that, man, just add, more dynamicism and also, storytelling. And so, every aspect is always key, from his facial expression to, body language. And then also the rendering of each aspect of the drawing too. So, yeah, it's kind of kept it simple, man, but still wanted to tell a story. Like I said, every time I get to draw Zaylen, man, I always think of All Might. So that's kind of like the whole vibe I always give him every time he create, or every time you see him in the scene, man. Like he's just like, I am here kind of thing. And so yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So yeah. You can see us. He started one way where he was actually looking at the guy, and then I had to kind of make him larger because I was like, okay, the ship isn't that big, so it's like a little pod. So I had to make him closer, and then just wanted to kind of make his body or arms wide, almost like he's actually gripping, implying that he's gripping it without actually showing him holding on to it. But you kind of get to adjust, based on his his body pose, whatever. So
yeah, his arms are kind of like out here, holding on to the hull as best he can. When it pulls it back up here, when you pull the layer back up, I really like the detail that you put in the cracked helmet.
Yeah.
Oh
the
man,
cracked glass shielding on the helmet, like that.
That is
gnarly.
actually a Clip Studio brush you can actually download for free.
Really?
Yeah,
you use that so well, man.
Thank you.
I was gonna say it doesn't look like a
awesome.
brush. It just looks like
Yeah.
super stupid fine detail. Like how long did he take on that crap?
I've done it before, but this time I was like, because when you do cracks, and especially I think one of the actually Igor, you do it really well. I don't know if you realize it, but the impact crack is always one of the hardest ones to do to me, and particularly like when you show somebody land and like the ground just like and you like it breaks up into like plates of concrete or wherever he lands on. There's always that impact. It's almost like a spider web effect that you kind of have to achieve as it's exactly, Marcos, as it's bowing out, and so that's something that I always try to. Would you say? Yeah, crater effect. Yeah. But then you take that into consideration, and you gotta think about it a little differently when you show cracked glass, because that's a little different, because it's not so much necessarily impact as it is I mean, it's impact, but it's not like heavyweight. Sometimes it's like from the internal, so it's like bursting out, and as you know, like pressure, and as pressure
Fragile.
increases, yeah, like grass starts to crack and stuff like that. So yeah, man, like just I was particularly looking for a brush that looked like um more so impact crater, but it actually worked for glass. It was like, oh, that actually looked good for the glass too. So
Super
yep,
cool, man.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Dude, that
integrated that really well.
thank you. Thank you.
the piece is
You know,
wild.
if you didn't mention it, no, I think none of us would have been able to tell that it was a brush.
The brush.
No.
Yeah.
You're that good. You're that
Oh,
good. Like,
oh man, dude. Well, I mean, like I said, if anybody's interested, like I said, it's in the Clip Studios
Mhm.
free market. You think you can just go and download the brush. I think it's called like Cracks or Craters or something like that. So, and it Clip Studio. One of the benefits I like about Clip Studio versus like Procreate, I still like Procreate's brushes because they're really organic and they feel the closest you can get to traditional. But
Mhm.
I like the way Clip Studio when it comes to brushes that handle like repeating patterns and like continuation, like if you're doing chains or ropes or in this case cracks and stuff. Clip Studio is definitely the more superior program for that. So I kind of find myself using them in tandem. Like do most of the stuff in Procreate, and then like when I need like chain or some type of repeating
details,
detail,
textures.
exactly. Another thing Clip does good is like water drops, like underwater bubbles and things like that. Epic. So yeah, just any of the artists, if you see like how do you do the cracks, I mean you can do it by hand, but there is a brush that can
Work
actually
smarter,
help
not
you.
harder.
Exactly.
We're
Exactly.
not sponsored by Clip Studio in any way, shape, or form.
No,
Right.
Would
Y'all
love to
should
be.
be at this
I
point.
mean,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
It'd be a
But
great sponsorship.
But
absolutely.
yeah, we talked about I at least I remember talking about this with Marcos in one of his pieces for the Ctrl+Z podcast, with the grass, where like
Mhm.
in the trees or something like that, like where you're.
yeah,
I know a lot of artists feel like that's cheating, but you're not gonna be like the recognized artist because of the cracks that you draw or the like
Exactly.
glass shattering
Yeah.
or you know that type of stuff where it saves you some time, like when it comes to the volume of things that you're gonna draw in your life, especially
Yeah.
as a comic book artist.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
only thing that I can think about that's surpass that is gonna be animators. They draw more
Yeah.
than we do, but other
Yeah.
than that, like I don't feel like anyone's drawing like as much as a comic book artist. And yeah, you're gonna want to save some time
Yeah.
somewhere. Like
Exactly.
But where's your
oh,
time
I don't
investment
use
going?
layers. Yeah, dude,
Right.
use some layers, right? Like
It's like, and even if
it's
you
all
do
right.
use like brushes, for like debris or rocks or stuff like that, like there's still a there's there's a brush that I use to do like the little feathering detail that you see on his arm.
Hmm.
That's a brush. Um, and I mean, of course, I can do it by hand, but
Hmm.
it saves time. But even if you have those tools, so artists listening, even if you have those brushes, you still have to use them strategically
Yeah.
and comprehensively because I could just draw cracks all over the glass and it end up looking crazy. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's no different than the person using Photoshop, and that's what they always say. Um, very rarely use a lot of the pre-installed filters like that lens flare. It looks so cheesy. It's like draw it. Actually draw it. If
Yeah.
you're coloring it, color that lens flare. Don't just use the photo reflected lens effect
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
doesn't it's generic. So even if you have the tools, you have to still be able to use them in a way that makes the artwork still look good and not become a distraction. So like I said, even with the cracks, like okay, how the cracks actually look on the mask versus glass. There's a rounded panel versus a flat panel. Metal versus plastic. All those different things. I mean, you always have to keep in consideration. So it's not just the brushes, but it's and we always say that it's not the brush, it's how you use it.
Mhm.
So Yeah.
But yeah, just in
Use the
that
tools
that
you got.
applies to tricks in and methods in traditional art too, right? Like
Yep.
say take cross hatching, right?
Yep.
Like you could just be like, oh, I think cross hatching looks cool, and then you just cross hatch the
That's
crap
it.
out of your piece, right? And you just have it everywhere. And I've seen
Yeah.
that. I've seen it in fan pieces. I've seen it
done it.
in, you know,
I've
I've
done
seen
I've done
I've
that.
seen it from pros, right? Where it's just like, wow, you really said I am going to cross hatch the crap out of this piece.
Yes.
Or you could pay attention to where that works and where it
Yeah.
doesn't, and you put it in the appropriate places. You
Yep.
know, like artists that are known for doing that well would do.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like you could have that tool, but if you don't know how to actually use that tool,
Yeah.
you're not going to be very well off. You're not going to produce the best piece
Exactly.
that you can.
I mean, it's a push and pull, man. Like, you know, especially the artists, you know, speaking to the ones that like to do a lot of rendering in shadow, like I do. You have to let the line breathe. Not everything needs to have heavy darks. Sometimes you gotta let the negative space come through, because that's actually what defines the shape of your character. If everything is heavy, if everything is dark, if everything is just solid and looks muddy, it looks dirty, it looks, you know, just heavy.
Mhm.
And so some stuff needs a light touch. I can't remember somebody, I can't remember who it was, but if you look at a lot of European artists, you know, like French artists and stuff, very, very light line quality, and you know, a lot of like watercolor and a lot of like, you know, pastel colors, and a very, very loose line quality, and you know, different things, very intricate details. You know, you can't do that if you know, if you just have a heavy hand, you add a heavy hand to everything. So as much as I like shadows and lighting, I have to always keep in mind, okay, this doesn't necessarily need to be this heavy. You know, pull back.
Mhm.
You don't need to hatch, like you said, Andrew. You need to hatch here. Pull back. Let the line breathe. Let the line breathe. Sometimes you don't need shadow at all. It can just be line art, and let the line weights. Because sometimes people use shadow because they don't understand line weight. You know, but when you understand, you know, and that takes practice, you know, then you get a kind of cohesive thing, man, where you know, you get your Ivan Rias's and you know Alex Ross's
So
and
good.
you know, guys like that. You know, Mike Diodato Juniors, and you know, guys like that. You get that type of stuff, and I aspire even to this day. You know, Olivia Coppell. You know, those are guys, man, that I still to this day, like, I keep a PDF. Always, you know, make sure I don't go too far over in the super shadowed area, but then also don't go too less where there's no definition and everything looks flat. So there's always a balance.
Heck yeah. Gentlemen, final thoughts on Kanan's Zaylan piece here.
I am probably repeating what everyone else has said about Kanan's work, but the rendering is top notch, man.
Thank you, man.
I mean, seeing you do it at the time of like you already know where to put the spotlight and the rendering, everything is like, what?
Yeah.
He's a computer.
It
He's
appears that
he's a
I know,
machine.
but in actuality,
He's like, I did minor video edits where I
No.
trimmed out the parts.
Evan, you could ask him, Evan, man. Like, I've rendered full stuff, and then like as you see the timeline,
Thrown it away.
erased everything. Like, so I mean, it's always a trial and error, man. But I appreciate the words, definitely, guys. Like, it's fun.
What Evan
It's like-
said, like I was looking at the shape of the shadows for Zaylan in his chest, and it was
Yeah,
like
that's
just
what I was
contour.
And then-
yeah. That's the same thought that I have, man. I was like, there is no way. And then
He's
he
already
turns
got it
all
worked
black
out.
and
Yeah.
done. It would take me a day, like, to do
Yeah.
that.
I saw that and I was
Makes
like,
it look
that's
so easy.
crazy.
Oh man, it's just
Makes it look easy. Yeah.
thank you.
I like how a piece has this sort of like Superman-esque type of vibe to it. You know
Yeah.
how you're used to Superman saving the airplane and whatnot.
Mhm.
Gave me that vibe.
Mhm.
You give him that sail in that position where he's like trying to save it. Ironic, right? Because sailing is not really the most Superman type person, but
Yeah,
I was
But
actually
it-
asked this on social media just today, as of the day that we're recording this, which is Monday, the 26th.
Mhm.
One of our fans, longtime fans, asked me if I thought that Solari was, inspired by Superman, and the answer is, of course, he was. But
yeah,
I think it was that they asked if Solari or Zalen were more inspired by Superman, and the answer is yes, because they're actually facets of both
Mhm.
in each, but they're different facets of
Yeah.
both, right? Which is super
one is an
interesting. And
alien.
yeah. And obviously Brian has the more classic like Golden Age or Kingdom Come Superman look to him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Zalen visually is more like an Adam Warlock type of a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, both. That's the fun thing when you're creating characters based off of existing archetypes, is you get to pick and choose what things you're going to lean into and be inspired by. When you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this thread
Yeah.
for this character and pull that one for that character. And that's fun. That's part of character creation, right?
I think that was one of the things I always liked about how Chuck addressed Brian, is that even though he is that Superman archetype, he's literally a cop with powers.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a whole different dynamic than the Superman.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
Superman protects the world, but like you said, Brian serves and protects just like a cop. He just has powers. Yeah, so his mindset is still the same as he would if he was like
Follows orders.
patrolling the street. Yeah, like, okay, I got to do XYZ. Whereas Alan, the way they say, he's more like a rock star.
Mhm.
I'm that space guy. I'm that dude. So I'll save you.
Yeah.
As long as it hits my social media, kind of thing. But yeah,
Kind of
Yeah.
like they're both like half of a coin. Like Brian's the type of or the personality. Well, not the personality, but more like that archetype of Superman, and then Salen's the alien part. Like Brian's the human part of Superman, and then you have Salen combining the
Yeah.
alien elements to the archetype. They're totally separate, but if you combine them, they could have like a Superman type of vibe going.
I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that.
The one thing that I'm gonna add, coming back to this piece, is like the choice between the dark and the light is great around the helmet.
oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Between the guy's face and the glass, like choosing to tone down the black that was going there,
Mhm.
like great choice.
The opacity.
Yeah, he used like a screen tone or something like that, like to go down with it. Great choice, because it would have made his face very hard to read, and the
Yeah.
helmet even more, right? Like, so all great choices all around.
Thank you.
Yeah, similar flare on the main window too. You can see a little
Mhm.
bit of the glare on Salen's chest there.
Yeah.
Makes a
Yeah.
difference. You
Balance
can tell
things
there's a
out.
window.
Yeah, it makes it so it doesn't look like it's an
Yes.
it's an addition
Yeah.
beyond the cracks on the window as well, to
Yeah.
where
Mhm.
it makes sure that this isn't just like an open window, right?
Exactly.
Because that wouldn't work out for anybody on the inside.
You're right. You're correct.
All right. Amazing piece as always, brother.
Thank you.
All right. And next is going to be our illustrious guest illustrator of honor,
Yes.
Mr. Evan Scale. All right, sir. Let's see. We also have another 5-minute one. Look at that. That's amazing.
See,
Evan, it's his first time. He already understands these signs.
He's already better
I
than me.
kind of did it. No, I did it. I feel Ctrl+Z, guys. I know Andrew likes the 5-minute video, so I edited 5 minutes long.
Hey,
they know that too,
we
Evan.
know.
They-
Yeah, exactly. We know that, and we don't do anything.
Ego will come back with 20 minutes next
Right?
episode. It's like, bro, what?
Just deliberately
Half an hour.
freaking the rebellion podcast is what this has become. I've lost control. All right, Evan. Walk us through, my friend.
All right. Okay, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is Andrew's frame, right? Yeah. I drew this because, as I said before we started, Andrew wouldn't let me join the podcast if I didn't draw this one. So I went and drew Bluefish.
Slanderous.
I really wanted to do a still shot of him because you always see him running and being fast and stuff. So I wanted to be a kind of chill pose and added some elements of a villain in there because I just liked it how it was turning out in the in his pose and his demeanor, let's say. And as you can see, I draw a lot of I drew him a bunch of times because I didn't know how to actually do the augments, the sci-fi stuff on him and the suit. So you will be seeing a lot of layers on top of layers in order to get the final result. Um, I did pay attention at the end to draw the lightning coming from the spots that it actually originates from the suit, though, just to make sure I honored that. Also, there's no space for behind this guy, so yeah. It's just a sci-fi alley because I like him pressed on a wall or something, and I really dove into his design and not the background in the beginning. I like the jacket because it's so a little cyberpunky thug.
That was the first thing that leapt out at me. Was that like that is a cyberpunk sci-fi jacket, and I like it.
Very good.
And I tried to incorporate the suit in both the jacket and the his suit below the jacket, and some other stuff on the pants as well, in order to keep some of the suit design in place without changing the character completely. I added some Easter eggs here and there. I will add the blue shift lettering behind him at some point. Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
So we'll go top. And there's an Andrew, signature below it. And this is still a rough. So I took a lot of time. So I did have to to keep it to 5 minutes. I did the video to make it 5 minutes because it took a lot longer than so here because I wanted to make sure everything looked right.
Does look
Yeah,
right, like
it
it looks right already.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just find it interesting that he gave him a jacket, and knowing some of the earlier designs of Blue Shift, one of his early designs, he actually had a jacket. It was
Really?
like
Oh, cool.
the jacket, and it was like a pre-suit before his main
Before
suit.
his super suit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I was like,
That's
oh, it was cool to see the jacket make the return. I was like, okay, it's good with a jacket, honestly.
The NBA jacket.
Oh, yeah.
I
The
love
jacket
this
will
guy.
make a return. The jacket will make a return.
Detail
Shift number
crazy.
2, maybe.
We got to get a number 1 greenlit first, homie.
Yeah, we're gonna get the number 1.
I know.
let me get a number 1 greenlit so then I can get here.
For some reason, I thought, you know what, Rippaverse was like number 1 in my head. I don't know why.
It never is. Yeah.
Mistakes.
That's yeah.
Technically, it is first one, but it's just not the first full.
First appearance, short story for
Like
sure.
a teaser, preview.
Dude,
I love the detail on his head, man. Like that, how you checked out his ear wing. Ear wings. What are they called, Andrew? What are they actually called?
They're oh gosh, what was that? I was you could call them blades. You could call them what was I calling them? I literally have it written down in my character Bible of what they are.
Ear wings.
They're fins, basically. They're bolt fins. And I really dig how you cyberpunked out like his design here, because having dumped about 750 hours into Cyberpunk 2077, I can look at this piece and be like, I could totally see him chilling in that world now, or I could totally see him chilling in Battle Angel Alita's world, right? And being a big fan of both of those things, I was like, man, this is super cool, like a right at home what if, or maybe if there was ever a crossover between Blue Shift and Dirthy Deeds, something like that would be fun to explore and fun to do, like that.
For sure.
I say this every time somebody does a fan art piece of Zephyr of Blue Shift, I love seeing the different takes and the different artistic choices that artists decide to lean into. And I've said it to you guys as well here, right? Because each of you draws him slightly differently as well. You lean into different things and emphasize different parts of the design. And I love all the choices made here. And you mentioned it, Evan, where you said that you were trying to maintain the design of the suit onto like the kind of sci-fi pants and jacket that you gave him there, to like make it fit the setting but still maintain the design. I think you did a really great job doing that, because it's not an easy thing, because he's got,
Yeah.
you know, he doesn't have just like a typical speedster suit, like especially not like a Flash suit, because Flash is the beauty in his design is the simplicity, right?
Yeah.
You got the gold bolts on the wrists, you got the gold boots, and then you got the gold belt. And otherwise, it's just flat red, or it should be flat red. Don't put MCU designs on Flash suits, people. It annoys the crap out of me. Sorry, this is pet peeve. But he's got a more complex design, and so that actually lends itself well to like giving him a cool looking jacket here. And I like the choice you made with adding like the belts and things like that. Like that's really crazy to me that you were able to take that and kind of like transpose different parts of the suit design
Very
onto
cyberpunky.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always interesting, man, when you get, or when you see an artist, man, take a lot of information, man, and still make it very, very legible. And man, that grayscale was crazy. Man,
Yeah.
I
that's
think
so
I
good,
ruined it
man.
at the end, so a little bit.
Jeez.
of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an interesting, like it's almost like, you know, you see people like, man, now I want to explore that world and figure out what world he lives in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of like this vibe, man. Like it's for me, it's screaming 90s Akira, like
Yeah.
like big time. And I'm like, man, like, you know, what does the technology look like? Neon lights and, you know, the you know, ghost in the shell, you know, kind
Yeah.
of thing, man. Like, and he's within that world, man. Like, you know, all you need is like some of that 90s grain over the image, and, you know, it's like and it's this is classic, man. Like I love, and I hope you color it.
Yeah. I'd love to see how you color it.
Andrew already has some plans for it.
Well, I commissioned a colorist to color it for my own personal. I'm like, this is going on my phone. Like
The day he saw it. The
Yeah.
day he saw it. Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Because it's perfect dimensions too. But I would love to see your colors on this as well, knowing how good your colors are from having seen Dirthy Deeds.
Yeah.
Number one, like I'm super excited to see how that looks. And another thing is, like, Kanan, you mentioned like how cool this design looks in this setting, you know, with like cyberpunk neon lights and things like
Yeah.
that. It's so appropriate because obviously you were part of the design phase for the Blue Shift super suit, and like those energy lines
Oh,
that he has a
man, yeah.
couple of, right? Those glow.
Yeah.
And so like that fits in with that neon light kind of energy and vibe.
Yeah.
And I see how you put him on the collar of the jacket as well,
Yep.
which I mean that's straight out of cyberpunk right there. You know, the neon light jackets and everything.
It's very, and it's weird. It's very 80s.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, you hear the synth music, and, you know, if you ever heard like just some of the stuff, man, like Blade Runner and some of the background music and all that stuff, like he fits in that type of realm, man. Like, and this will be amazing to see color, man, with all the atmosphere and elements, man. That, I mean, he just got a vibe about him, man. It's just like, Evan, you killed this, bro.
Yeah.
This piece is out of this world.
Now I kind of want to fan art this.
Thing that I like the most.
Literally, huh?
Do it. You know I won't say no. I will not say
That's
no
crazy.
to that.
No way he'll say no.
Heck no.
I love the balance, man.
Yes.
Of everything. Like this is something that I complimented in your work before, but in the pages. But Like the fact that I can read everything about this without
Yes.
color,
Mhm.
like great job. That alone is hard enough, because the reason I colored my piece is because it didn't read well enough like this. Like the background looked like you
Mhm.
perfectly controlled every line in this, and the blacks like to
Yep.
kind of bring it back to the character, and
Yeah.
the grayscale and everything, like all works so well. Like it's
Thanks.
really good job. Like the world
I
feel lived.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, it doesn't really show in this timelapse that I did spend a lot of time trying to actually, separate the foreground, midground, background with him,
Hmm.
especially clean the characters. And
Yeah.
in the back of my mind, I was always saying, it's sci-fi. It needs colors to show the neon lights to make
Mhm.
everything pop and stuff. But I was like, yeah, I will strictly make it black and white, but I will add some tones here and there, and not exactly, fading stuff, just for value sake, you
Yeah.
separate different elements in his suit.
This
It's
is
so cool.
another good example, man, of letting the line speak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like you, of course, you added like the shadow on his pants on the inner part, the parts that were dark, but your line weights, man, are like top notch. Like that's people who do artists that are watching that do line weights. This is how you want to do it. Um, everything that's further away, thicker lines, things that are closer, lighter, and thinner. And it's like you said, Igor, man, like you can tell where everything is and all that information,
Yeah.
and being able to still tell what's going on and not lose track of Blue Shift. Like you can still see him, but then you also, it's almost like you reward your eye. You notice the graffiti on the wall, and then you notice the
Yeah.
sign, and then you notice down the street the manhole, and then you notice some of the buildings and stuff. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Like it should be like discovering different aspects. But you have a lot of detail like this. You shouldn't get hit with everything all at once. The focal point should still be the focal point, but as you peel it back in layers and you go foreground, middle ground, background, you start to see, oh, there's that person. Oh wow, look at that on the wall. Oh, that's cool. Look at the up and then the what the smoke. My goodness,
Yeah.
dude,
Smoke is so
A
cool.
great
Yeah, the smoke
choice.
dude.
and the energy
Yes,
coming out of
Yeah.
the nodes.
Yep.
Kind of like the movement of them go like opposite. The
yeah,
smoke goes
Yeah.
one way, the energy goes the other way.
yep,
Like he's sitting in the middle. It's
If
really
they
good
kind of actually
composition wise.
act to like draw your eye to the center,
yeah,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
because you got the smoke trailing off in the one direction, you've got the energy coming out of his nodes,
Yeah.
from the other, and it converges right there, dead center, which is
Yeah.
where he is. That's
yep.
so cool.
Not only that is
Which
weird, but you can actually hear like the
Mhm.
Yeah.
sound, the mist and all the steam and all that stuff, man. Like it's being able to capture a lot of the movement in one image to me is always the sign of somebody that knows what they're doing. So
Yeah.
yeah, Evan, you killed that, man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
because
man.
he's
I
not
still
in
don't know what
motion
I'm doing
here. What was that?
now. I still don't know what I'm doing now.
You definitely know
I
what you're
thought-
You're
doing.
not alone.
We never do. I know.
Like he's not in motion here, but what you did was everything else around him is in
Yep.
motion,
yeah, the
right? So it's still not a static piece, and there's still dynamicism to
Yes.
how he's resting, how he's leaning up against that wall, right? So, and you put dynamic movement in his hair,
Yep.
which that's always a sticking point for me. It's one of the reasons why his hair is supposed to be around that length, give or take. Because like I like the idea of when he's using his powers, his hair, and I'll show it when I guess we get to my piece that you'll get to cackle at here in a second. I like the idea that his energy kind of has his hair raise up a little bit, like with static electricity almost, right? Crackles, it's wavy. I was thinking like Gambit's hair when it's drawn a little more
Hmm.
wildly,
Yeah.
right? That's what I was thinking with his. So what a piece, man. That this piece was a treat to
Yeah.
see, like a real treat. Thank you so
Yep.
much for applying
what would
your
be?
your
I'm
talents.
glad you liked it.
Go
That's
ahead,
hey,
Marcos.
that's the yeah, no, that's a great thing, huh? To hear the creator of the character complement your
Yeah.
piece on his character, yeah, that's
Yeah.
gotta be high. But I was gonna say, I think something that would have made it even cooler if you left it no color like this, but then you colored only the energy, like
I
the
Oh,
energy
yeah.
line
Yeah,
around. Could
I
have given
tried
like a
that,
nice
but
pop.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I chose the right keys or values for it, and I couldn't do it
Hey,
like
it's a
properly. It's it's a great idea, I think, and I tried it, but yeah, I think someone more capable in that sort of thing than me could actually, make it work.
Hmm.
yeah. It's a. I mean, these are like alternate universe type of non-canon pieces, so you could have gone wild with the color.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's known, right, Andrew? The whole color changing for
Yeah, I've explained that on
for
my Instagram actually. That the faster he goes, his lightning, his energy shifts blue on the visible light spectrum. So
yeah,
you
can
can
go like multiple
you can
colors.
make his energy color anywhere on that spectrum.
Mhm.
My personal favorite and the one I associate most with him is actually teal. But it can be anywhere, which makes it fun
Mhm.
to me. So great
Make it
piece, man.
you could
That was
you can make it like sorry, what's the word, neon? Just
Yeah.
to fit the cyberpunk-ish
no,
vibe,
absolutely. You could
like
make
at the
it.
end.
My second favorite actually is like a bright neon pink. Like if you guys have
Mm.
seen the most
Neon.
recent MonsterVerse
Mm.
Godzilla movie,
Yes.
GXK, where Godzilla gets the evolved Godzilla form, where like he's
Mhm.
got that bright pink color. Like actually, that's one of my favorites also for him here.
Those
There you
two
go.
colors contrast really
They
well.
really do,
like
man.
teal and
Mhm.
teal and
Yeah.
the magenta pink or something.
Yeah,
This would be an
Yeah.
amazing banner.
yeah,
It
yeah. It
really
would.
was.
Yes, it
Like,
would.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get to do a
Wink, wink,
blue
wink,
ship
wink.
banner at some point here for conventions. You know, let's see what people think about the short story when they read it, and whether or not I'm relegated to just sticking with writing pigeons.
You're gonna be fine, man.
Right. Yeah. He's like, come on. Everybody loves Blue Shift.
We'll see. Well, there seems to be a lot of fan art of him, which I'm not mad about.
Mhm.
I'm very
I think-
very grateful.
I think I've
and
seen
humble by it.
more fan art of him out of like all the characters lately
Yeah.
than any of the other ones that we have.
Certainly
I don't know if
outside of contests, at least for sure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because you constantly share them and then I see them more
I
often.
might
on
definitely
social
share them
media.
anytime people share them with me.
There's
I
an
also-
incentive there.
I also retweet any fan art that the official account is tagged in. So it's not
true.
it's not just my boy, but obviously I personally will absolutely always share Blue Shift fan art. But
Yeah, it's a sign.
Evan, man,
It's a sign.
that is a hell of a piece.
Yes.
Absolutely adore it. Thank you so much for that. That is incredible. And you know, if the mood takes you, you know, feel free to color it. You know,
It will.
He's gonna commission you.
I'll throw a little something your way. You know? I want to see it in color, in more color. Obviously, I commissioned another colorist to color it too, but I'm happy to commission more. That I want to see more.
Definitely keep it in mind.
All right, excellent. All right, here's the moment you've all have been waiting for to get to laugh at my piece.
This
Andrew
dude,
sketch.
this dude said laugh at his piece. Come on.
Yeah.
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 Way too much this time.
Oh, man.
So
Oh, you didn't do a time lapse of it?
no,
It's
I
just,
don't know how to do any of that. Dude, I'm just learning right now how to like not look down where my hand is moving when I'm drawing, right? Like I'm having to get used to doing this, right? My hands over here and my eyes are over here. That's a weird thing for me, which is part of why like my lines are so shaky. I'm not zooming in, so you guys don't get to see how shaky.
There's
they are.
no need to zoom in, guys. Stop zooming in. Any work that you do.
Right.
There is no need for that. Stop zooming in.
It's shaky and ridiculous, but yeah. So I'm relearning how to draw and trying to learn how to draw digitally for the first time. So the last month and a half, maybe 2 months, I've been doing like character model sheets of my characters to try and get back into the groove, and I think it makes the most sense for me to draw my own characters in doing so. And so obviously for participation in this prompt, I said, okay, I'm going to draw my characters. I'm going to draw Blue Shift. I'm going to draw Zephyr. I'm going to draw Trinity, his lady. Now, it's meant to be in kind of a spaceport, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I'm just relearning how to draw people. A background, I ain't about that noise. Like, so I'm like, I'm gonna use some like super ambiguous ships. I'm gonna tell you. So I praised the Lord when I saw that there was a line tool in Clip Studio, because I'm like, my hand is so shaky still that like I could not do this like clean straight line like that just yet. So I'm like, cool, line tool, line tool.
Man.
So I'm gonna do some like ambiguous shapes that look like it could be the inside of a port. You got ambiguous like people here, and then like I said in Teams this morning, I was like, thank Christ there's a blur tool, right? And so then I'm like, this is all background, this isn't important to me. So then I blurred the crap out of it.
It works, yeah.
Because the main focus for me was really trying to nail down how I draw Zephyr, right? How I draw Blue Shift, because you know I always talk about and praise like everybody else's choices that they do when they're drawing him, and I'm like, how do I draw him though?
Yeah,
right. Like, what is it that I lean into? And he's, you know, he's noticeably trim here because Kanan, you'll remember, and Marcos, you as well. Like when we were first creating him, like I was thinking Andrew Garfield in the Amazing Spider-Man films, right?
Spider-Man,
he's lean, right? All very lean muscle, but he's not super bulky, right? Like especially like a 90s through 2000s Flash would be drawn, right? Where they were like super bulky, right? And I wanted to do something with his hair that was unique to how I do him. And so he's almost got anime-ish protagonist hair, like almost, right? And that was kind of what I was leaning into. I was like, there's a little bit of Sasuke in his hair there.
Sasuke!
And and like figuring out hair, man, I told both Igor this when I first showed him when I was working on it, and I told you this, Kanan. I initially tried figuring out how the hell you render hair, and then I was like, nah. I can't do that. I ain't doing all that. Because yours is so detailed and looks like just so intricate and everything. And so like I have like inner parts of the hair here, you know, that I detail a little bit, but otherwise overall it's like more of just a shape, a silhouette of the hair that I then filled in details where I felt were like more important to give it shape. If that makes sense. But like I couldn't go crazy with all the crazy detail in there, and especially not for Trinity's hair as well, with like how freaking long her ponytail goes down past her like her knees. Like her hair is stupid long. Because I like long hair on female characters. And Marcos knows that as well, because the characters that we've designed together.
Honestly, and male characters, right? Because that technically is long. You also like long hair on the male characters.
And longer hair on him too. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, guys, have at it.
Well, I will say that I wish I had this before I drew mine, because from now on I'm going to draw him like this.
What? Oh, really?
Yes, because the body type's right. Love the hair. When I drew and even the concepts, I never felt like it was like, but like this, like, I mean, what better way to actually have it come from than the person who created him? Like
Mhm.
I think this is the first time we actually get to see him how he was intended. That makes any sense.
That did it.
Um, like I said, from body type, he feels the age he's supposed to be. Like
Yeah, he's
my,
like 18.
yeah, you know, like the one I did, you know, he I guess 25, 30, I don't know. Yeah, established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, like I love, like, and even if it's even with the simplicity of the background, like Igor said, I don't think it needed any more. I think it was perfect, and it complemented what and how you drew, you know, him and her. And honestly, it would have probably took away from really just even the emotion and the moment that you captured between them. The only thing I would have is actually have her look at him
Yeah, I
as
was
opposed to
that was a
looking
struggle point
looking
for
at
me.
his
Like
chin.
like I was trying to figure out like
Yeah.
properly how to have her eyes, because I kind of, the way that I saw it in my head was like her head's like slightly tilted down, but you know, her
Yeah, looking up.
up a little. But I don't quite know how
Dude,
to
if you
achieve
captured
that.
you would have
Yeah.
nailed that whole ambiance, man, of her like almost like I don't say swooning over him, but just like you
Kind
like
of
her
shy
heart
and
was-
looking over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
But
Yeah,
that's the hard
that was
thing
what I
to do.
had in my head, but I just don't have the skill
Yeah.
to do it.
Because what you see in most artists is that we always like kind of center the eyes, right? Like
Yeah.
so
Right.
because
Mhm.
when we look up, there's a lot of white in our eyes, and
Yeah.
that looks weird when you have like just a few lines to work with.
Yep.
So a lot of people will do is like the character moves the entire head.
Mhm.
That
Like they're 89 Batman, right?
it would be, yeah, exactly, because it would be a challenge
Right.
for you for sure, like to draw like her looking up without making it look like freaky because
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
white in
yeah.
the eyes. But yeah, I agree with Kana. That like the line art actually like this looks really good. Like the background, I don't have anything to say about the background. Like there is no need for anything else.
Yeah.
If you want to add more, it's obviously going to contrast with the work that you have in front. So maybe it would actually take away from the drawing.
Yeah.
And my only other suggestion, other than what Kanan did gave, would be to show them holding hands. So maybe
Yes.
pull back a little bit, because this is something in comics that people don't talk about a lot. But cutting like limbs usually isn't a good thing, especially hands, because we like to see hands.
Yeah.
It would lower the camera a little bit too much, maybe.
Yeah.
Without it being necessary, but maybe like just bend the elbow a little bit or something like that would be nice, because then you have like the entire thing of them looking at each other and then they're holding hands.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a moment like you started, then you can see it happening, which is
Yeah.
cool already. But having a little bit more would be cool. But other than that, like if it looks painful, but I know that you're starting because
Yeah.
the lines are so like thin and correct, and
Yeah.
I want to see when you get the hang of it, like a little bit
Yes.
looser, being a little bit like more.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I have almost a death grip on my
Yeah,
pen
because you're
when
gonna
I'm
hurt
trying-
yourself
Yeah.
if you do
right?
that.
Like, well, after like this thing took me, gosh, in total probably a week, maybe, or something like
I
that.
can
Maybe a
see
little
that.
bit
I can
longer,
totally see that. Yeah,
because
yeah.
like I could only go for so long before
Mhm.
my hand and my wrist, right? Because I'm self-taught, so I never learned how to loosely hold the pencil or pen and move more you're mostly supposed to be moving your arm,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're yep.
But
Right.
when you have a tablet like the one that you have, which is the one that I use most of the time, that's very hard to do because you don't
Yeah.
have a lot of surface. So you're not gonna be doing like the artist strokes and everything. But you're
Yeah.
gonna be working with your wrist, and that's another reason why you shouldn't like put too much pressure into having like the perfect lines and everything, because you're gonna hurt your hands.
Yeah,
But
and
I
I've learned
totally
that.
understand. I've been there. I do that sometimes still, right? Like I want to get that perfect line, and then when
Yeah.
you zoom out, when it prints, like you won't see like the stuff that you worried about so much.
Right,
But
yeah, like the
no, great job.
jaggedness and shakiness and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Because I know that that's something that we want to get right, but it doesn't. We don't have to be like Canaan right now. That's
It
okay.
It was a
can
point of
be-
What does that
frustration for
mean?
me.
Right, Emma?
It's like,
We
what?
can be human and
Uh,
mortals, and
whatever.
it's
Yeah.
fine, man. It's fine.
Whatever.
Mortal.
Yeah.
Be happy like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's room for everyone.
Yeah, well, it was a point of frustration for me too, because like I look at your guys' stuff and I see these nice smooth strokes, and I'm like, I don't have
Really
that.
isn't, man.
You know what's
really
funny
isn't.
though? The smoother, straighter stroke come by drawing quicker,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which is you would think it'd be the opposite, but actually
yeah.
you get a straighter line by going versus
Right. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
guess I just don't have the control for that like quick
You'll get it,
line to
man.
actually be what I
no,
want
it's
yet.
cool, man. You did a
Practice.
great job.
For a person like you said who hasn't drawn in a long time and really
This is
like
amazing.
essentially starting from scratch, man, like this is this is really good.
Especially digital, like
yes,
right?
and digital,
Totally
exactly.
different from
With the
Yeah.
anatomy,
It-
muscles where they are. Yeah, like I said, I can tell you're learning how you want to render the muscles. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, shadow goes here. Like I
Yeah.
see how I'm breaking it down.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you want to ink the piece,
the only
it's
reason
okay.
why, well, I was saying, the
throwing
only reason,
throwing around jobs like
no, I was gonna say the only reason why I'm doing that, or I know how to do that, is because, and I was gonna suggest that to you, Andrew. Find an artist you like and mimic them, because the only reason why I know, like, for example, his left arm or right, I was shadow under that bicep for this, because that's how Alex Ross did it.
Yeah.
That's how Ivan Reyes did it. That's how those guys, Mike Perkins, he's that's like God tier. That dude changed my life as far as art style. And when I saw the stuff he did for Marvel for the Stand, it blew my mind. But find an artist or an art, it could be a culmination of artists. My style is, and you guys could probably attest to this too, several people, from Silvestri to Lee to Liefeld, even to everybody else. Like it's a combination of everything, and then even in that, my own voice, which which is beautiful, because what we're seeing is actually your style. Now you take that and you hone it and you modify it and you almost like put it through different filters of, what would it look like if I didn't like this person? Okay, well, I like the way they did that a little bit. I'll take some of that, and that's kind of how my style came, because I liked Alex Ross, but I didn't want to do the realism.
Right.
So I found, I think his name was Brent Anderson, and he's the one that did Astro City.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a little
Brent
enough
Anderson.
of realism, but it was still Illustrator style. And then which led me to like Rags Morales, and then led me to like John
Rags is
Cassidy, and then Ivan Reyes, and like all those different guys. And so taking all that stuff, you get what you see now, and it's still modifying, it's still changing my style, but as a base, find a style that you really like, that kind of speaks to you, and just start incorporating little bits that you like from that artist. And how they render muscles. Now, I always tell people, don't necessarily copy, but figure out why they did it that way.
Right.
Was it the light source? Was it because they were in this setting? Well, why did he shadow it from the bottom up? Was it sure simply for cool factor? Because there sometimes you do that too. It just looks dope. But you have the basic, man, like this right here. And if you understood like line weight, would be phenomenal.
Yeah,
like it would be amazing. It would.
I don't understand quite how to ink in digital, like and change the line weights like that. Like obviously there's the slider for brush size and things like that, but because of how I'm already struggling to like get the lines the shape that I want, I know that I would struggle and probably frustrate myself, like trying to then go back over those lines with the proper line weights for depth and things like that. But I want to get there.
Yeah,
depends on the tablet too.
Exactly.
If the tablet has the settings,
but the
for,
settings,
line
the
width stuff.
settings,
Pen pressure, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there is a man. The starting at this and stuff similar to this, like this is something like not everything has to look like this. Like
Bro.
it's not
Yeah.
because otherwise you're gonna kill yourself. Like, because you want one piece or another to look good, but
Yeah.
it's all about exploring. Like don't worry, don't start a piece thinking about the result. Like just enjoy the process.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because once it's done,
Process.
it's done. Like you're gonna move on to the next one. That's
Right.
the goal of the drawing.
Like
You know what
over.
this looks like to me though? Sorry, I kind of
No,
didn't
you're
mean
good,
to
man.
cut you off. This looks like what you would see for like a cell shaded video game. You know, you could just add the color
Yeah.
and the cell shade,
Mhm.
and it would be perfect. Like
Yep.
you've done already
Well,
the
like
content,
so
like the line art.
the influence that I was looking at was like character sheet cells for Stellar Blade.
Mm.
Oh.
So that and like
Oh, I
Brett
can see that.
Booth's work
Yeah.
are the two things that I'm trying to like
That's
find
an
a
interesting
pairing
hybrid. Him
for.
and Brett Booth.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's great. That's interesting. Because Brett Booth is really good when it comes to like the detail and the concepts
Mhm.
of characters. Like he's probably one of the best concept artists, you know, as far as illustrator, not like digitally painters, but like
Mhm.
creating
Yeah, he
outfits
still
and
works.
stuff like that. He's amazing.
He still works digitally, and in fact, as proof of that, I have this. Let me show this off. I gotta move my mic.
Oh, nice.
This is
Oh
the
yeah, that's Death Route, yes.
yeah, Death Shot.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the original art for the hardcover for
Yeah.
Nice. Also, is
Death
that
Shroud, which is pretty awesome. Shout out to Chad for that gift, and also shout out to Scribbles. She was the third place winner for both the coloring and the sequentials for our Rippaverse. She actually helped me. So she actually saw this piece because she's been having fun doing a bunch of Blue Shift fan art, and I told her I'm kind of working on trying to get it back in terms of drawing and things like that. And I showed her this piece, and I had initially drawn his chest symbol too small. And it's still just like a tiny bit too small, but that's because I didn't do the bolts that come down from the shoulders quite right. But it was initially like, I want to say maybe 25% smaller than this. And she showed me the trick of using like the magic lasso tool to create a separate layer of the symbol and then just like stretching it out from there. And I was like, oh, I don't have to redraw it. Because let me tell you, that thing's a pain in the butt to draw for me right now.
Andrew, do you use the mannequin when you draw? Or you just kind of freehand it?
I don't know how to use the mannequin.
That would probably
I don't
be
know where that is.
like what you saw Igor when he was building the blood roof.
Oh yeah, so like just doing the shapes and posing.
Yeah.
No, I never learned how to do that.
Yeah. I think that would also help. I mean, honestly, the way you freehanded it was really well done. Especially her anatomy looks really good. Like
the wrinkle on the jacket.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
I was thinking too. Yeah.
Her face, like everything is just like you nail it. Like so there's what they say glimpses of what can be like in this.
If
like
I keep at it.
Yeah, seriously.
Signs of a great artist.
Yep.
Well,
save this design though, because I'm about to use this.
Well, the one thing, so I'm so incredibly proud of the Blue Shift Supersuit design, but one thing that I always wanted to really separate out and make more unique and more him was how his cowl is. And I was like, I want to see more of the hair. And so I was like, well, and I've said this before in Discord chats and live, is since it's a nanotech material, it doesn't have to just be a cloth that has to end or stop at any given point. It's nanotech. It can stop wherever he wants it to. And so that's why you actually get to see the back part of his hair there. Because like I mentioned earlier, the way I picture it is that when he's using his powers, like his hair starts to stand on end,
Right.
right? And go up. So when he's casual, I guess for lack of a better term, think Future Trunks. And then when he's actually using his powers, think Super Saiyan Future Trunks, right? Because
Yeah.
his hair doesn't stand straight up
Yeah.
like, say, Goku's does or Vegeta's does. It more like starts to like curve up a bit, right?
Yeah. Well,
Is
usually
the way
has to
that
bob
kind of
like
think about
Bulma.
Yeah,
He has a little thing
exactly.
like that until he uses his powers. And
Yeah, so when
level
he's
1 is a little
Bangs.
up, and then 2 is
The
higher.
bangs.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so when he's more casual, his hair is either more simple, right, or messy, depending
Yeah.
on what age he's at. But then when he's using his powers, a little more spiky, a little more up, a little more wild.
It's like it's alive.
Yeah, where it can kind of flow all over the place. The way I kind of see it is, you know, those like a plasma globe, right? How the lightning
Mhm.
in the plasma globe is always kind of all over the place. His hair
Like
would be
random.
kind of like wild, right? So that was kind of what I had pictured in my head. But I know there's still a lot of work to be done, and I might try to like go over and do some line weight stuff on it now that you guys keep hounding me about it. But
By the way, you just reminded me. You said earlier about the line tool that helped you out. I think
yeah, the
there's
straight line,
another
yeah.
thing you could do. There's another thing you could do in Clip Studio. I don't remember if it's Control, but if you let's say you
Is that
you tap the screen or leave a dot, and then you hold Control, or I think it's Control,
Shift?
and then you
I think
drag.
it's Shift.
You click on wherever you want a line, and it'll make a line from the last dot to the new one with the pen or brush that you
Okay.
have on. Not necessarily has to be like the line tool.
Oh,
You could do that with the mouse. And that's what I do. It's very efficient.
well, that's handy to know. Thank you.
I think it's Control and click. I don't remember, but I think it's Control click because I have it set on a button on my tablet, so I don't remember what was the original button on the keyboard.
Okay.
I think it's Control. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So you don't have to constantly switch between the brush you're trying to ink with and then the line.
Right.
line,
Right.
It's easier
Okay.
to just do that.
All right.
We're not
I
sponsored
got
by
your
Clip
message,
Studio,
Kate.
by the way. Just
I see your message, Kanan. Okay. Any, I guess, final thoughts on this before we go to our phenomenal fan piece?
No, man, it's a great
job,
work.
man.
You had me thinking that it would be good, but not that good. I mean, the
Yeah.
hair folds, the anatomy, the difference in the folds on her dress and her jacket compared to her sleeve, for example, the rest of her jacket is as it's supposed to be. Let's say not many wrinkles.
The
there.
trick with that was like pushing up the sleeves on my own jackets, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest, and like
It's
trying to be
so
like, all right, this
tragic.
seems like how it's kind of supposed to look.
Best reference you can get, and getting that compliment from Evan is really good because you saw in the
Yeah.
Blue Shift piece that he does really well, like
Oh, yeah,
folds and
dude.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
his
He's super
jacket,
good at that.
yeah.
The jacket he gave Zeph in that piece is
I
crazy.
don't like the folds I make, man. I really want to improve that.
Yeah, no, you're really good at that, man.
I actually saw
Fold
the
and stuff.
jacket here and I was like, okay, man, you need to go back into drawing folds because Andrew just drew his first sketch after who knows how long, and I've been there trying to make folds and I haven't made it that far. I think.
No. Oh man, thank you. Seriously, thank you. I'm pretty proud with how
Yes,
he
you
came
should.
out and with how Trinity came out, especially. Like I'm trying to picture in my head seeing it colored, because, and Marcos, you know this, and Kate and Igor, you too, because both of you have actually colored the concept art or promotional art and things like that for her. But like her jacket is like this metallic pink, like metallic magenta. And her skirt and her top are an iridescent white. And I love how that type of material looks. It's like
Good combo.
iridescent leatherous. Yeah. Well, I wanted her to like really stick out, and have a like pretty, iconic look and color scheme.
And the golden accents, it makes it pop out really well.
I really
job
like,
with that, though, by the
especially,
way.
I love the concept piece you did of that outfit specifically. Is like just one of my favorite pieces in general, just because I really love how it turned out.
Thanks. Yeah, you
Excellent.
you have a very creative mind for
Yes,
these
he
designs.
does.
So many I've done so many designs for his like the blue shift stuff, and it's like I'm often like, you know what? This guy he could replace me if he wanted.
No,
He's over here
no,
crafting, like,
you're
some amazing
irreplaceable.
He's gonna do 800 plus.
Nah. Yeah, I'm
he's
several
still, like,
hundred
700
behind. Yeah, I'm like 700
you-
behind or something like that, bro.
you're pretty good. You're pretty good at doing creating like colorful, like balanced designs, and
Thank
the fans are gonna see that when they read through your short story, and
Thank you. Yeah,
Good.
I'm looking forward to them seeing that final page. Teases what's to come. Hopefully,
yeah.
teases what's, fingers crossed, to come. All right, thank you guys for the critique and the compliments. I will take all those to heart and hopefully be able to improve this piece further. But since we're coming up on it, let's get to this fantastic fan piece by Roberto Villacava.
Nice.
I don't know if that's how he says his name, but that's how I'm deciding in my headcanon is that his name is spoken. So
Has 3 blue shifts
that's
in the
Yeah,
one
that's
right?
true. Yeah. Also a winner
bias,
at the
no bias.
Rippaverse, so congratulations. Yeah.
Yes,
True.
he was the second place winner in the sequentials.
Yep.
Right?
was.
Yeah. So this is a really fun piece. It's almost in like 0G or at
Mhm.
least low gravity, because you've got Saoirse like floating. She had just clearly gotten out of this astronaut suit.
Yep.
And I don't know, the part that really kicks me and makes me chuckle is the floating heels over here. I really like I really like that touch.
She's wearing heels on there.
All right, she's got the
Yeah,
heels
her
on
suit.
under the suit, man. You never know when you need them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Guys, talk about it. Let's hear it.
I love the perspective, man. Like it's
Yeah.
which is really interesting. It has a an endless vibe.
Mhm.
Like a loop?
Yeah, like it just keeps, like it doesn't end. Like the corridor, like it goes so like really into infinity, which is actually pretty awesome. Love Blue Shift's face. Digging the shirt Saoirse. You love how he handled her.
He's like passing through.
I love the spacesuit. Very, very
Yeah.
well rendered.
Yeah, you want to talk about folds? Look
Yeah,
at all that.
like I think that's
Oh,
probably
boy.
one of my favorite aspects, man. Is just how he did how he did spacesuit and all the detail in it. But he even got her braids right, Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what sticks out to me more than anything. His body pose is a little weird, but I think it's
Zephyr's?
just because Zephyr's but I think it's because I've seen him
The
draw him before,
Mhm.
and so I think just trying to make the pose extreme.
Yeah.
But like his front leg is probably a little too small. It'll probably just come off the page. You probably wouldn't actually see it,
Right.
fully extended because it's coming at us. But the head and the arm coming at us are really well done.
Yeah.
Just everything going back is a little wonky. But other than that, man, I like it.
Also
I
a
love
tricky
how he-
pose, right? So like kind of
Yeah,
hard
it's a
to get
tricky
that angle.
pose for
Yeah.
sure. I
Mhm.
couldn't do that. That's why he was just standing in my piece. Right? I don't have the movement part down yet. Right? I like how he did the energy streaming out of his nodes and trailing
Yeah.
behind him. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
spiraling even like
Yeah.
Mhm.
signified
kinda
that
like
he was
wires.
running like
Well, because it
yeah.
makes it look like he was running on the wall in the ceiling,
Yeah.
right? Which
Yeah.
I wonder if he took that from me talking about how like there's so much Sonic in him, and Sonic's
Yeah.
always going on loops and spirals and things like that, right?
Yep.
Like that, I really like that bit that he added that.
It actually feels weightless too. It feels like they're actually
Yeah.
floating.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he's able to see him. Just honestly, super speeding through.
Yeah.
Just, and she's actually able to see him as he's passing through.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. She had a gun in her hand too.
You what?
That's right. She had a gun in her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's kind of small. I can't really zoom in much. But yeah, she's got, so that's a small piece there.
She's ready, man.
Yeah, she's
Anything comes up.
She's not exactly in a private room to be fair.
yeah.
To Zephyr here.
She's
got a
always
laptop,
prepared.
and-
She's,
yeah,
got a laptop, got a gun, and got the heels. She's got everything ready.
That's
There's
good.
a-
I like how the hair goes with the motion too.
Yep.
That hair's fall all the way back.
Mhm.
His hair,
Yeah.
the motion.
Well, I like that hers looks like it's in 0G, right? It's just
Yep.
kind of, her braids
Yep.
are just kind of floating, right?
He's going up.
That's really cool.
Good physique too. He gave her like that's good. That's a good good structure for her. That's kind of even like her legs. So that's kind of her power center. Like
Yeah.
she's a kicker. She's a leg fighter. So
Mhm.
Yeah, so she got them thighs for days. Right?
It's a good composition though. I really like it. You can see what's the term for that? Not the horizon, but like the far end, like
Vanishing point.
Is that the vanishing point?
the vanishing point. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. You can see like the vanishing point over there in the back, and how it
Mhm.
just pulls back from it. It's really good composition for that.
That was a
The way
good.
he positioned all the elements.
That's a good contrast too with the dark of space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good framing kind
And
of
then the
keeps you.
lines.
Yeah, it lets you know that there's more to the image, but at the same time,
Mhm.
it does it keeps you kind of like centered about what's going on.
Yeah, and everything else
Mhm.
framed. The sort around Lucas as well. The gloves there, the laptop was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like
they
how
add,
there's
like,
not an
little elements.
overuse of speed lines either.
Yeah.
Because that happens
Yeah,
a lot.
it kind of gives him
Yes.
speed. Like he's going fast, but not too fast.
Guilty.
Hmm. Which would make sense, right? Like 0G would be not a place
Yeah.
where he'd typically want to operate.
Yeah.
Right? He needs traction. Right?
True.
He doesn't
No,
want to
no-
end up running through a wall and it just being out in open space.
Or like
Well, that's
flattening
so
against the
fast.
wall, right? He's not the Flash. He can't phase through.
Phase. Yeah.
Oh,
He can't vibrate
I
his
didn't know that, actually.
molecules. Well, now you know. He cannot vibrate his
Yeah, huh.
molecules just to phase through a solid wall like that. That's also not how molecules work. But you know what? It's comic books.
It's Flash.
We have the Speed Force now. Okay, we don't need to worry about physics, and I'm okay with
it's
that.
realistic though. It's realistic as heck. Yeah, you like that.
Yeah.
It make me think of like the boys, where like the super speeds would run through just stuff and like people just die.
Oh, what's his
Oh,
name?
A-Train.
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 Yeah.
I have only
A-Train,
seen
yeah.
like that one clip, and I was like, "Wow, this show is not for
First
me."
episode, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's intense.
That is not-
Realistic
It
super
is.
speed, but yeah.
Roberto, fantastic piece. He's been just doing a lot of pieces in general. In fact,
Yes.
I posted on social media just this morning another piece he did that has a bunch of Rippaverse characters. He's got Brian, he's got Yair, he's got Avery, he's got Braxwell on there, he's got Zephyr. Like it was just a really cool, fun. It kind of gave me like Super Friends vibes, right?
Variety.
So it was,
I think one of the coolest ones I've seen him when he did I think it's Zephyr and the Horseman.
oh yeah, the one where
Yeah.
like he was messaging. I forget if it was a DM or if he said it just in one of the like open channels in Discord. But like
Yeah.
he's having a lot of fun, like trying to work out how to
Speed
draw
work.
Zephyr, because he's never drawn a character like that, a speedster, and he's like, this is a new field for me, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's cool because that he's getting to like add something to his tool set,
Yep.
right? By way of me having created a character, and he's getting to like enjoy doing that and adding more to his already really cool repertoire he has as an artist. So
awesome.
Roberto,
We're
thank
gonna name
you.
this episode Blue Shift in Space.
Blue Shift in Space. Well, I mean, Blue Shift is an astrophysics concept, so that's why he is named thusly. But yeah, awesome piece. We had a bunch of cool submissions, but thank you so much to everybody that sent in pieces. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark here, so I'm gonna do a quick pulling up of the 4 pieces that you guys get to vote on.
Good job, guys. Those look good.
4 Horsemen. Yeah.
Yeah, that
crazy to see them all together. Oh,
that looks really great, right?
It does, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It has like a scaling from the black and white to the colors.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it does. I love that. Guys, poll going up in the chat right now. Make sure you vote for whose piece was your favorite this month. Is it Marcos's with Spingy and Maggot's Newmite? Is it Igor's with Sydney Bloodruth and kind of an alienified cosmic horror Shadran type creator that I think he should still hold on to that concept design for something else? Is it Kanan's with Zaylan saving the day, or is it our guest artist Evans Blue Shift piece here in a kind of cyberpunk sci-fi setting? So pick your favorite and vote to see who takes the proverbial belt. But while you guys are voting, I am going to go through the quick housekeeping things before we close this out. As always, shout out to all of our fans, Joshua Ignatowski, Jacob Airy, Porter Fishburne, The Thinkening, Scribbles, Velvet Room Publishing, Philip Burnett, Roberto Villacava, like all of you guys whose names I'm also blanking on right now because I'm doing this all off the cuff. All of your support is appreciated, whether you're supporting us by just getting your favorite title, or you're supporting all of the books, or you're supporting the books and you're doing fan art, or you're creating video content. Like, the investment that you guys show is so vastly appreciated by everybody here on the creative team, because that lets us know that we're creating something that has value to you, such that you're willing to not only dedicate your, invest your money, but also dedicating your time and then dedicating your talents. Right? Like that is more than we could ask for, but we sincerely appreciate all of it, immensely so. We did have a super chat on the last episode, which was the Christmas themed one. You guys should definitely watch that episode if you haven't already, from Jathru Crunley. I said that wrong, I'm sure, but that's okay. Thank you for the $5 super chat. They're being funny here, but they say, what was your favorite part of Gooding the Polymath? Mine was him breaking his limits and the bedrock with a loud scream to mine all the world's crypto. Gooding is smart enough that maybe he could do just that. I could believe it. Final housekeeping update on active collections / campaigns. Daughter's Revenge by Jay, aka Drunk 3PO, and X-Wing, and Eric Hodson, and is it Big Boy Robo is the colorist, I believe. That has sold over 1,200 books over on Rippaverse. So thank you so much for that. And it is over 62K in total pre-sales right now, which it's only been up for a couple of weeks now. So huge shout out to you guys for that. Dirthy Deeds #1, to which we have the co-creator and the penciler, inker, and colorist for all right here on this episode. That is at almost 1,700 books sold right now, and it's at almost 92,000 as of this recording. So our goal, guys, is to get this thing by end of day Friday, when this campaign closes at 11 p.m. Central, to get it over 2,000 books sold and 100K in pre-sales. Not because that's a break-even point, because it's not. We're good. But I think this book is so fantastic that it deserves that level of success, because that's nothing to sneeze at. Those are big numbers. People don't realize that most indie created comic books don't get anywhere close to that.
Yeah.
Like, those are huge numbers. So thank you so much to everybody that's already supported. If you have not done so yet, please consider doing so. I promise you that the story that Caro and Evan created is absolutely wonderful, filled with a ton of laughs, fantastic art.
Indeed.
You guys are going to have a blast with it. I know you will.
For sure.
Final thing, here is the prompt for next month. I know we didn't discuss this beforehand, but
oh my god, we have to do another
calling
one.
an audible. Oh no!
Drum roll, please.
Oh my gosh, y'all are wild. Where did I put it? Next month's prompt. All right. This is going to be in line with the Blue Shift. No, I'll tell you what. If Blue Shift gets greenlit for a full series, then we can have a Blue Shift themed. Like, that's the actual prompt. All right.
Character specific.
It has to earn. It has to earn an actual full book first to get a dedicated.
How can I turn Blue Shift into a monster?
right.
Eldritch horror Blue Shift.
Like,
you know what?
Number one.
I'm here for it. It's going to be in lieu of the winter storm that we just had this past weekend. A lot of people are still experiencing. Thoughts and prayers out to everybody that is without power still. Hopefully that's all resolved for people very quickly. We're going to have various Rippaverse characters. Pick whoever. There will be a caveat to this. Rippaverse characters in a Blizzard setting, right? This could be they're outdoors and trying to make it through a blizzard. This could be they're indoors and trying to ride it out. The caveat is do not go for the obvious character. Okay.
Yaira.
The obvious characters being Yaira, Stefania, Absolute Zero. Though I'd love to see more Absolute Zero art. Right? I'd actually really like to see more Absolute Zero art. Be creative with it. Have fun with it.
I know Igor's gonna draw a New Might.
New Might shoveling snow. One.
I refuse.
But yeah, that is y'all's assignment. Get those pieces emailed to me, Andrew, at Rippaverse.com. Let's see, by end of the day, February 20th, because the 25th will be when we'll air it. So I think that's the Friday before that is when I want those turned into me by. But
Also,
guys,
congratulations to every
Yes.
Rippaverse.
Definitely.
Huge shout out to all the Rippaverse winners.
We were
Huge
super
shout
happy
out
with the entries. Everyone did a great job. We're super excited to the next one. Like, whenever we do another fun art contest, these are always fun.
Yeah,
great job,
you guys were all incredible. Thank you so much for your hard work and your dedication. Whether it was video content, music content. Shout out to Evan who won the music contest with his Horseman theme. Last Horseman rides or Ride of the Last Horseman. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But it was a great piece. And of course, Caro was happy because Horseman's her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are awesome. As always, thank you so much for all of your support. I know that Rippazine 5 is not currently available on the store because it's sold out. So we have to assess what we have left after we send out pre-orders, and then we'll be back with you guys regarding that. Thank you for giving us that problem. I appreciate you. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for us. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us in the chat. Evan, thank you so much for joining us, man. Thanks for taking a couple hours out of your what is today? Today's a Monday. Thank you for taking a couple hours. I don't know when I am anymore. Thank you for taking a couple of hours out of your Monday.
No
And,
problem. Happy to be here.
Thank
Thanks
you
a
for
lot,
being
man.
such an incredible artist and person. And we're so happy to be able to work with you and so blessed to be able to have you on our podcast.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, as
Hey,
always,
we love having guests.
you are wonderful. And I appreciate every frickin' one of you so very much.
Except
Thank
Igor.
you. Especially Igor. Your mentorship, your attitudes, and your talents are so welcome and appreciated here. So thank you so much for being a part of this team.
Likewise.
I appreciate all of you. Guys, till next time, God bless and Godspeed.
Peace out.
Bye.